Hey guys, the number of games on the Steam store is growing every day. Today, there are so many that finding the game you want without knowing its specific name can be quite challenging. Among this variety, there are all kinds of free MMORPGs, and in this video, I'll talk about the 20 most interesting ones. I'll start with Adventure Quest. The 2D version of this game can be considered one of the oldest browser-based games still in existence, as it was released way back in 2002. The developers managed to keep interest in the game alive by regularly updating it with significant amounts of new content, such as quests, locations, and items. The 3D remake has preserved all the features of the original, and it also boasts impressive cross-platform compatibility. You can play it on various devices, from tablets to computers. The game offers 5 classes and a multi-class system. Another unique feature is the weapon upgrade system. For instance, you can imbue a regular dagger with the properties of a rare sword and vice versa, if luck isn't on your side. Dungeons & Dragons Online. As the name suggests, much of the gameplay involves exploring dungeons designed for player groups. The main appeal of the game lies in its developed and engaging combat system. You won't be standing still and just shooting here. To survive and succeed, you'll need to dodge and jump away from attacks, strike from the flanks, and maneuver in various ways. Another important advantage of the game is its responsive community. The game is free to play. About a quarter of the content is immediately available, and as you complete various quests, you earn in-game currency that can be spent on unlocking new content. There's also a subscription option that grants access to almost everything right away. Albion Online. A hardcore sandbox MMORPG with classless progression, freedom of action, a wide variety of professions, active PvP, and an open world where dying means losing all your hard-earned possessions permanently. Here, you'll master professions, fight for territories, raid caravans, and shape the world's economy. The game's popularity is boosted by its class system, where skills are tied to armor and weapons rather than your initial choice of development path. Another standout feature is the PvP between guilds for resource zones, the construction of fortifications, and intense battles. Star Wars: The Old Republic. A story-driven MMORPG where you can do good for the Republic or evil for the Empire. The game had a budget of $200 million, and since its release in 2011, it has grown significantly. It's one of the few online games where dialogues offer multiple response options, and moral choices are as significant as in games like Dragon Age or Mass Effect. The characters here are well-developed heroes with their own stories and worldviews. The free version of the game includes a solid amount of content. You can complete 8 class storylines and 2 free expansions. Most of the in-game purchases are cosmetic. There's also a subscription which is reasonably priced and can be purchased directly through Steam. RuneScape and Old School RuneScape. Currently, there are 2 versions of the game on Steam. The Old School MMORPG has been listed in the Guinness World Records as the most popular game in its genre. It earned this title for its non-linear storyline, which is uncommon for the genre, its well-balanced classic mechanics, and its interesting skill progression system, including those for non-combat activities. For fans of newer games, there's an updated version with noticeably improved graphics. The game boasts a high online player count and a constantly evolving world that is truly interesting to explore. For both games, about half of the content is available in the free version. This restriction can be lifted with a paid subscription. Neverwinter, one of the oldest client-based games in the fantasy MMORPG genre. Among its strengths are a beautiful world based on Dungeons & Dragons, a non-target combat system, classic gameplay for the genre, events, and updates. When creating a character, you're offered a wide choice of races and classes, with the game suggesting the best class for you based on racial predispositions. As you level up, a wealth of opportunities becomes available. Dungeons and arenas, a complex and interesting crafting system, numerous useful professions, and companions ready to support your character in battle. There is in-game purchasing, microtransactions, and while you can manage without it for the first 100 hours, it becomes necessary for comfortable gameplay later on. Star Trek Online. This game is set in the Star Trek universe. If you've ever dreamed of commanding your own starship, exploring intergalactic spaces, battling dangerous aliens, and training an elite crew, then this game will be right up your alley. Each quest here feels like an episode from the original series, with unexpected plot twists and well-crafted dialogues. The main action takes place in space. It's not the most realistic, but it is sometimes quite beautiful. In addition to your main character, you'll need to level up your starship crew. New officers join as you journey through the galaxy and actively assist in both ground and space battles. There are plenty of in-game purchases, but they're for those who want everything right away. If you play frequently, you can do without them. Secret World Legends, a continuation of the popular Norwegian project. For those tired of fantasy worlds filled with elves and orcs, this game will be a revelation. The modern world, with its technologies and urban landscapes, intertwines here with magic and mystical forces. You can play as one of 3 factions based in New York, London, and Seoul. There's a choice of several classes, each using different types of weapons. After completing the tutorial, the chosen faction will start sending you on missions to different parts of the world. A unique feature of the game is the investigation quests. These are clever puzzles that require some serious thinking to solve. The microtransactions are mainly cosmetic, but there's an option to exchange in-game currency for premium currency. The Lord of the Rings Online. Despite the great popularity of Tolkien's works, an MMORPG based on them has not become a breakthrough in the genre. All the mechanics that the game offers have already been seen in earlier titles. However, it's still the best game based on The Lord of the Rings, particularly standing out for its atmosphere and engaging storyline. The game continues to live and evolve, adding new content. Not long ago, it received updated graphics and support for higher resolutions. There are microtransactions, and the game can be tough without them. Premium currency can be earned through gameplay, but then grinding becomes the main focus of the game. Trove, one of the best sandbox MMORPGs with a vast amount of content and a voxel style with a destructible world. There are many classes, each with its own unique abilities. Guilds here have their own worlds, which can be built and customized as desired. There are dungeons, events, various vehicles, and a focus on character progression. The essence of the game is farming. First, you farm easy worlds to gear up your character and then move on to farming in more challenging worlds. This is the core gameplay, but it's quite engaging and doesn't get boring even after hundreds of hours. In your downtime, you can build your house, decorate it with the trophies you've earned, construct something for your guild, or trade on the auction house. Microtransactions are present, but you can play comfortably without them, buying everything you need on the auction house using in-game currency. EVE Online. No other MMO can compare to the scale offered by EVE Online. This is an online game with a sci-fi storyline set in space, where you'll encounter grand battles involving over 5,000 pilots, megacorporations, and intergalactic pirates. The game, which was released in 2003, is still thriving today thanks to developers who continually evolve their vision. It features over 7,000 star systems, nearly 500 different classes of starships, a seamless open world, a vibrant economy, and large-scale battles. There are microtransactions, and you can buy many things, from cool ships to skills and talents. On the other hand, everything can be earned through gameplay, including premium subscriptions, which can be bought with in-game currency. The only question is how much time you're willing to invest in the game. Phantasy Star Online 2, an MMORPG from Sega, where you'll travel across multiple worlds, cleansing them of the spawn of darkness. The game stands out for its unique universe, which features both elven inhabitants and high technology. as well as an unconventional combat system for the genre, reminiscent of those found in classic action games. The game has 4 races and several unique classes, and all valuable items, including cosmetic ones, can be earned through grinding. The game is free to play, but if you want to expand your collection of cosmetic items, paid expansions are available in the shop. Nostale, a free-to-play MMORPG from Korean developers, but with a certain charm that has kept players engaged since 2009. Most of the activities are borrowed from other games in the genre, but there are some unique features as well. For instance, there are unusual professions and their progression, as well as the ability to get married in-game, which comes with many advantages: instant teleportation to your partner, shared resources, and double experience. Another standout feature is the transformation into a new form using specialized specialist cards. Simply put, you can gain an additional class on top of your main one. PvP in the game is represented by arenas, guild wars, and occasional special events. Closers. What would you do when hordes of terrifying aliens from another dimension invade your city through portals? You'd recruit an elite group of teenagers with psychic abilities and a passion for beating up aliens, of course. In this free-to-play MMORPG, you get to play as one of these high school students and join other superheroes in fending off the alien invaders. Overall, the game can be a real find for fans of anime aesthetics. It's not too demanding on your time, with fast-paced gameplay, interesting aerial combat, a variety of classes, quick dungeons, and minimal interaction with other players. There are also plenty of free gifts and various events. Soul Worker. In this game, you'll be tasked with killing hordes of mobs, clearing dungeons, and facing off against various bosses. Forget about an open world. You'll explore small locations, team up with friends for common goals, walk through cities, and focus on developing your character. To defeat the hordes of monsters, you'll need not only combat companions, but also various weapons: machine guns, scythes, blasters, and even guitars. It's also worth mentioning the 2 difficulty levels. The first is great for beginners, just run forward and slice through enemies, while the second offers better rewards but requires more cunning, like finding your way out of a maze or defeating a dangerous boss. Additionally, by completing story missions, you can alter the course of the narrative, and when you're tired of fighting, you can buy a house and start decorating it. Summoner's War Chronicles. This Korean MMORPG serves as a prequel to the series, with a storyline centered around a war in a fantasy world. You'll take control of a hero and fight back against evil. Players will need to explore a vast in-game universe with over 1,000 creatures. These creatures can be tamed and used for their abilities to help you progress. The real-time combat is particularly noteworthy. Battles are dynamic and require a strategic approach. In addition to this, players will participate in numerous PvP events, explore dark dungeons, and tackle engaging quests. Path of Exile. This MMO not only remains popular, but continues to grow its audience each year. Here, online activities are combined with action in the style of Diablo. You'll be slicing through hordes of monsters, continuously using your character's spectacular abilities. Finding the best gear also becomes a primary focus. However, there are important differences that make this project unique. For your character to learn an active skill, you need to find the corresponding skill gem and insert it into your weapon or armor. As your character levels up, all the gems inserted into the slots of your active gear also gain experience and increase their effectiveness. The passive skill progression system here is also quite different from Diablo. Regardless of class, your character has access to the entire passive skill tree in the game. Rift, a free-to-play MMORPG from American developers. In this world, players are plunged into the midst of events happening on the planet Telera, where numerous rifts in space, rifts, have appeared, allowing evil from other dimensions to enter Telera. This is the main narrative and technological feature of the game. A new rift can appear where there was once a farm, but now demons are wreaking havoc there. The rifts vary in difficulty. Some can be handled solo, while others require a group or even a raid. During a massive rift invasion, a boss will arrive, requiring at least some tactical cooperation from the group of players. In all other aspects, Rift follows the traditions of the genre. Lost Arkansas. The world of this isometric game isn't just made up of typical locations and dungeons, but also includes the sea, which you can explore aboard your own ship. The maritime content is a unique feature here. At sea, you can fish, find treasures, explore islands, and battle various bosses. PvP is presented in well-known formats: arenas, battlegrounds, and open-world battles in unsafe zones. As for monster battles, Lost Ark offers a variety of dungeons with bosses, different events, invasions, monster arenas, and more. The game also boasts modern graphics with beautiful special effects, a unique skill system, plenty of PvE content, and a decent storyline. Guild Wars 2. This game feels like its developers set out to perfect all the shortcomings of other MMOs. Surprisingly, Guild Wars 2 succeeded in this and rightfully earned its title as one of the best MMORPGs. There are few standard quests in the game. Instead, players join forces to participate in events and mini-stories whose development depends on the actions of the participants. This encourages gamers to cooperate and influence specific regions. Endgame content is continuously evolving thanks to episodic updates. But if you're not yet ready for such a challenge, you won't spend a dime on adventures for lower levels, as the base game is free to play. The world of gaming offers a vast array of diverse projects, each bringing unique experiences and exciting adventures. I hope you found something new to explore or rediscovered an old favorite worth returning to. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future reviews and recommendations. Let me know in the comments which game caught your interest the most, and I'll see you in the next video.
Push the button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. You heard what she said.